CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast!
Yeah, we're actually on. Oh, we think we're on.
Oh, fuck. No, we're not on.
You're on. You're on.
Are we on?
Yeah.
We're on. Oh, no, we're not on. Oh, fucking
That
hell.
is definitely on. Yeah.
Started off with a blackout last week.
I know. I
Jeez.
blame you, man. I swear to God. Like, there's something. There's something. It just every time.
Well,
Every time you go away and then come back, it has a tantrum. If you
Misses me.
if you stay, it doesn't.
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll find out. This will be the tester.
We're old school, just with a timer on, and that's it. But yes, it is early in the day today.
What time is it?
Oh, it's like not even 2 o'clock.
Oh, really? Well,
So there's no whiskies, but we have coffee.
yeah.
Coffee. Oh, I'm supposed to get a cigar. Oh no, man, I'll have one later this evening. Got my cutter. Nothing to cut. But it is.
You can grab one now if you want.
Nah, I might. I've got my coffee. I'm alright.
Yeah.
Do you know what I discovered this week?
What?
Marshmallows suck. They always look really good, and you see them like, oh, marshmallow, and then you bite one, and you're just like, meh. And then at the same time, my brain goes, oh, that's a lot of macros you just used on that.
Is this just a marshmallow or is this a toasted marshmallow?
No, we did toasted marshmallows the other week.
Yeah.
Over the fire pit when we had the little shenanigan party get together. In the evening, we roasted marshmallows.
Yeah.
Sucked.
I like a roasted marshmallow.
It was over a wood fire.
Yeah.
Toasted them till they went golden brown. Just like, this isn't. Then on their own, they're rubbish. Marshmallows require a mate.
What, mate, is the...
S'mores. So you need chocolate with the marshmallow.
I don't know. I'm happy with a roasted marshmallow. I wouldn't eat marshmallows just on their own.
See, I swear as a kid I used to be like, nom, 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 nom.
I remember an episode of The Simpsons that made marshmallows look amazing. It was basically when the grandpa was looking after Bart and Lisa and Maggie.
Yeah.
And basically everything he did, he somehow managed to mess it up. And they were like, oh, can you make us some hot chocolate with marshmallows? So he made them hot chocolate and he put it down and put the marshmallow in. And somehow the marshmallow just soaked it up. And they poured it and it just like came out as a tube and they chopped it up and ate it.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, that looks amazing.
Hot chocolate marshmallow.
Yeah, that looks awesome. But they were like, whoa. But no, I was thinking, oh, that sounds really good.
It's like if you make a protein mug cake and it goes wrong.
Yeah, it just turns into just a gel.
A big jello blob. You're like, I've got to eat it. Protein. Yeah. But that's one thing I realised this week. Yeah, marshmallows. That and flies. I have sworn and shouted at more. Also, if when you kill a fly, it goes in like a negative column for whatever's after this life, I'm out. I have killed so many flies. And not even just like killed them, like joyously killed them. Like, you know when you get that one that's been buzzing around for an hour, you kill it?
Yeah.
I got one last night with my slider.
Yeah.
And I hit it mid-air, which is even more satisfying.
Yeah.
And then just screamed, this is like 9 o'clock at night, on my own, and went, that's what you get! That's what you get!
The fly is just there on the floor.
Literally. Yeah, and then you got to make sure, whap it again with the thing. Dude, those things, if you're trying to hit a fly on a carpet, they don't die.
Have you got one of the tennis rackets? The electric?
Yeah, got one downstairs.
How
yeah.
good are they?
Yeah, and also some flies.
They're hard enough to
Hard as shit.
Yeah, they're just there like...
They wake back
and
up.
what? Oh,
Hit me again!
super powered. Oosh. Fucking flying at you.
It fucking charges them. Yeah, they come at you.
Yeah.
They come at you.
It's
That's
like-
the bit that gets me. If they didn't come at you...
It's basically like an ab belt for a fly. You've just like caused a load of hypertrophy to that fly.
Yeah. Oh, you just got one fly getting high on the sugar. It's like, I'm ready to go!
Yeah.
Let's go!
And yeah, just a little buzz and then he's... Yeah. Some of the bigger things, like if you got like a mosquito or something like that, some of them, they don't go either.
But no, they go through it. You can't catch them. But figure out you've got like 2 grids on the outside of wire, and that's to protect the human. And then inside is the electrified wire. And I think they have to, so you have to catch them on the inside wire. But if you smack them with the outside bit, they're just like, whatever, bro.
Have you put it on your face?
Yeah. Yeah, I shot myself with it.
Yeah.
It's like it's not pleasant.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I was expecting, but I suppose it's only battery powered, right?
It's like that. Did you ever play that? There's a game you can buy. Good one for Christmas. People think of Christmas gifts. It's like a finger roulette. It's got like... It's like
not what I'm thinking of, finger roulette. Who's going to get fingered?
Yeah, so it's like a circle thing on just like the shape of a circle. was trying.
You
It's
know
like,
them circles,
like a romp,
the shape of
a circle.
a square.
Yeah. You know, like those Romba robots that run around the house,
Yeah.
like hoovering. So if you get like half the size of one of those, but that kind of thickness and shape.
Okay.
And then on top, there's like 6 little domes, or maybe more. I think it's 6. It's about yay big.
Yeah.
So it's about 15 centimeters across. And each one has a little pad inside it, which is obviously a metal electrified pad.
Yeah.
And you all put your fingers in your little thing. Then you hit the thing in the middle and it goes. Then it goes silent and then someone gets shocked. And that's the game. So we used to have one at uni, I think it was, or somewhere. And it was like if there was a chore to do, you'd put like 3 of you in it who never got zapped. You had to go do it, yeah.
That's good, that is.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know what you just Google it as. Just type in, I don't know, finger shock game.
Finger roulette.
Don't type in finger bang.
Yeah. They should have had different ones in there. Like, I don't know, you never knew what you were actually going to get. One of them's like a mouse trap.
Yeah, it's literally a little finger. Could be. You can see what you're putting your finger on.
Oh, right.
It's quite nerve-wracking though, because it goes. Then I swear it goes silent, and the light just keeps going, or something keeps, and then it just bings, and someone gets it.
So with stuff like that, the anticipation of it's always worse than the actual thing.
Yeah. But these are what Christmas gifts should be. These are like stocking fillers you should get people. Forget like your socks and nonsense. Get them the finger bang.
Yeah, I know one thing I've literally, as of like 2 days ago, decided I need to make a public announcement not to have any more of is novelty mugs. I have such a large collection of novelty mugs now that I have to throw some away because I can't fit them in my cupboards.
I've been like 5 the other week.
Yeah, and there are ones that I've had for ages, and I don't care.
Nostalgia, don't they?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. They're always, when somebody finds like a good novelty mug and it fits you, like really well, it's hard to let them go. But then also, when your cupboards start getting full of novelty mugs and you have guests round,
that's all I have.
Yeah, and then you're just like, this one says prick on it.
Here's a giant minion.
yeah, just loads of random novelty mugs.
I literally have Chip from Beauty and the Beast as one of them. I've got a Mickey the Mouse, just bottom half. I've got a Gremlins tea, like it's a mug and a pot in one. So like it's the half and the 2 halves.
Yeah,
I've got 2 of those.
Yeah, I had Emma's well, actually, there was quite a few people over, but Emma's grandparents were over as well. And I was trying to I was like making sure that I was not giving anyone mugs that had swearing on it.
I don't have any swearing on.
I've got quite a few. So just trying to, and it was funny because I did it, and then Emma's sister commented. She was like, "Oh, I don't get one of the rude mugs today, do I?" And I was just like, "Not today.
Not today. we're being etiquette today. Etiquette is being followed."
Yeah, because I'll always give her an insulting one. Just why not? Why not?
No, I've got, what are my best ones? I've got a Minion, which is massive. It's a big tea mug though. It's a big Minion, so it's quite formidable.
Yeah,
it's I think it's
got the glasses on.
The two-eyed one. So it's not Dave. It's the other one. Whoop. Yeah, Banan. So that's a cool one. I've got the Chip. I like that. Then I've got other ones that are a bit like, they're not novelty, but they kind of are. Like I've got a Peaky Blinders one.
Yeah, just like by novelty, like I just mean like these like obscure.
Anything that's not clear, just as a set.
Yeah, thing. like I've got some of them, and it's just a plain mug, but then it's just got something printed on it. Like Emma's got loads of them as well, just like engineering ones and stuff like that. So you just end up with like this huge
Evil Genius. I've got one that says Evil Genius.
Yeah, so I don't know. No more novelty mugs for me. I'm retiring my cupboards for any more novelty mugs.
Speaking of novelty, I've got something to do.
Okay.
So, I was bought
casually dropping that one
bought these the other day. I meant to do it on the last podcast. And they are hot sweets.
Oh,
and it's from like, a proper little sweet store where you still go in and you can buy quarters and do all that kind of jazz. Man. So the picture is of, if you mind like the Dandy and the Beano style kind of drawings, on it is a cartoon of a guy holding his own throat with flames coming out of his mouth. And there's just 3 sweets in this thing, and they were $1.25 for 3 sweets.
That's
so
pricey, I've
got high expectations. Should we finish our coffees first? And then, or do we save the coffee to cool it down if we need it?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll finish our coffees.
We've got no juice here to cool it down if it gets too hot.
I reckon this is going to be rough. We'll have our coffees. So it's got capsaicin. Isn't that like basically chili? Like the the thing that makes chili spicy. Is that
what's in ingredients? Sugar, glucose.
I've heard of that
flavouring,
before. I don't know.
Capsicum, yeah. Oleo resin. That doesn't sound healthy.
How do you spell the capsaicin?
CAP.
Yep.
SI.
Yep.
Cum.
Okay.
May have adverse effects on activity and attention in
It's
children.
just chili pepper. Okay, that's the proper name.
It's a chili sweet, effectively. Not recommended for children under 5. So our mental age is not recommended, but our physical age
physical
is
form
allowed.
Probably can take it.
I'm going to sniff one and see what it's like.
It's just a general term for chilies, as like the chili family.
Well, they don't smell offensive. They don't smell of anything. That's worrying. They're not even trying to hide the fact. I think they've just made chili into the shape of a sweet. It doesn't smell of anything. You smell it. Have I got some kind of seasonal disorder? Or can you smell something? Nothing.
No, that's weird. Like, not many things smell of nothing at all.
Literally nothing. It's like putting a stone to your nose. ASMR session.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope everyone's enjoying this. Just me and like sniffing something that doesn't even smell.
Just and repeatedly so. Oh, it definitely doesn't smell.
Yeah, that's bizarre. There's not that many things that just don't have a
But
smell.
then what that does leave is me one left over for Halloween. And I can just put it in some poor kid's little thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's definitely going in like a mystery. Yeah, that's a standard Haribo.
Yeah, lemon that.
Yeah, give it to the toddler. They think it's acting because it's like got a devil costume on. Somebody's going, oh, look at the little one being funny.
Just there dribbling, vomiting. Oh, look, he's doing a really good exorcism impression.
Oh dear.
What have you been up to this week, mate?
So I filmed some ridiculous stuff with Mitch.
I saw the plunger
On
thing.
the Sunday plunger. Yeah, it didn't work at all.
No.
The theory behind it is kind of sound. If you haven't watched it, the video's up on YouTube now. It's one of the worst pain series. We thought it'd be fun just to do a funny episode. And it was actually going to be a single episode, but it turned out to be so long I've made 2 out of it. So the first part is of us trying to use a standard Wix plunger, like I went and bought it that morning, to kind of create suction on the skin to break down the fascia.
Similar to cupping.
Similar to cupping theory, yeah. But with a toilet plunger.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck, the video. Like, the most I've laughed making a video. Like, it's hilarious. But mainly because Mitch was so hopeful this was really going to work.
Yeah.
And at every point...
he's just discovered a new technique.
He genuinely wanted it to be something. You can see how the results of it on the end of the video. We do a before and after and everything. It's not a total waste of time, but it's also a waste of time. So that's funny. And then after that, he has this like metal bar covered in rubber, which he called a mobility staff, which is a lie. It's clearly a stair banister. And he went to town on me with that afterwards. And that's like, that legit causes results, but in a bad way. Like, give it a bit, yeah. So did that. Then I've been back into, so I have found out that there is a price to laziness, as in a value. There is. You know, when people say how much would you spend to such and such.
Yeah.
I found out my value for laziness is £40 a month, because I found a gym 10 minutes down the road that there is no way of getting into it without spending a fortune, and I managed to like wangle getting rid of joining fees and all that stuff just by being stubborn. But it's still £40 a month off peak as well. That's off peak, bro. So don't get me wrong, this is not a gym. This is a spa.
Yeah,
health
like a
centre.
leisure health
Yeah,
centre,
it's not a gym, but it has a sauna and it has a steam room. And the gym in it is techno gym stuff. So even though it's
decent,
small,
yeah.
I can get workouts in there. Like,
Techno gym's not too bad at all.
no, it's good kit. Good kit. Like very well balanced, all plate loaded. I've used it. I like it. I've always loved it. It doesn't break. It's all. The main thing is the balance on it. Everything's very even and solid and like robust.
I don't know what happened with Techno Gym because they were in.
They've just gone up
everywhere.
market. That's all they do now. Anywhere that's high end. I think they were clever.
Yeah.
I think they were like, fuck Pure. You're not getting any of our shit. None of you guys. Don't care how much you offer us. You're not having our stuff
It's
in
all
your
like
gyms.
Matrix and stuff in Pure, isn't
Yeah.
it? Which is.
Whereas you go to any of these kind of health centres that are, you know, a bit uppity, there's always a pool and a cafe. And you get nice. Like this place does Eggs Benedict and all this kind of stuff. Like it's nice. But there's a sauna there. So I've been getting to the gym. So we get there for like about 9 in the morning, get my training done. then I'll go into the sauna, and I'm trying to get 20 minutes in the sauna whilst meditating. So I'm trying to get my double whammy in the morning. This is what I'm trying to do. And I found out 15 minutes in the sauna is fucking hard.
Yeah.
So I get through, and I found out. So I listened to my Alan Watts. What's it? Alan Watts burrito. I always want to say burrito, but it sounds like I'm ordering a burrito or some kind of coffee. So let me just tell you what it is, because so many people ask me whenever I put it up, and I do link it on my stories when I use it. It's called Listen. Actually, if you just type in Alan Watts Listen, but it is Alan Watts, yeah. Boreta, Boreta. That's the musical sound behind him. And
Right,
It's
okay.
him. But it's called Alan Watts Listen. There's an instrumental version, and there's the version where he speaks and talks you through a meditation, so you can sit and listen and do your meditation as he's talking. So that's what I use in there, and that lasts around about 13 minutes. So then after that, it's like, right, punch this out for another 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then straight after that, into the pool, just to cool off. Like, I don't go swimming or anything. I literally walk down the steps, plunge my body into the pool, because it's probably about, I don't know, what's the normal pool temperature?
It's going to vary a lot. I have no idea.
It's not below 10 degrees,
Yeah.
but it's not above 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd have estimated like 12 to 15. Maybe.
Yeah, probably around about 12. If you sit in it and do nothing, you get cold and you get shivery. You get a bit shivery after about 10 minutes. So it's that kind of level. So it's not my cold plunge, because we got to punch each other in the dick if we didn't do some certain stuff.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Have you done it? What was your thing?
I can't remember.
Mine was
What
to
was
buy
yours?
to do the cold.
I can't remember.
Mine was to get the cold plunge
Yeah.
in the morning and do that. So I'm kind of doing this, but I have ordered one, but I didn't realize it's pre-order.
All right.
So I don't have it, but I did it.
Okay.
So
I forgot what mine
I
was.
think I avoided the dick punch.
I know it was.
Yours was something.
Yeah, because I've got my calendar up and I'm like ticking off.
I broke that down there. Did you get that now from my hint? Yours was something.
Yes, thank you for that.
Definitely a something.
Yeah, it was something.
Not a nothing. Definitely a something.
That's narrowed it
that
down so
helped
much.
it?
I
Does
feel
that
like I
help
can
you?
figure it out.
Do you know when you explain like to people and like, you know, the man with the
thing?
with the eyes and the,
Yeah.
you know, their hair.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, the man with the thing.
yeah, they were blonde. Oh yeah. That narrows it down to, I don't know, 5 million people. 55 million people. 30, I don't know, millions. How many blonde people actually? Do you reckon there's less blonde than brunette?
Yeah, definitely.
They're recessive, aren't they? Yeah, if you're a blonde, just know you're a recessive genome.
Yeah.
And do you know 2 blondes make a ginger? That's how gingers stay alive. Yeah. Yeah, they steal the souls of 2 blondes and form one soul for a ginger.
I didn't think gingers had souls.
Well, they've stolen the other souls. So they have a soul because they're alive, but it's not their
theirs.
soul. So you ever look at ginger parents
Yeah.
who aren't ginger with constant disappointment on their
Soulless.
face? Just disappointment in their face.
Right.
Every time they have to look at their ginger child.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It answers so many questions.
Yeah. Which is why all ginger children are evil. And that is fact, science.
You remember that old gingers don't have souls video?
Yeah, that kid goes mental about
That was
not having a
honestly
soul.
one of my favourite videos for such a long time. Gingers do have souls.
He's so serious.
He was obviously deeply religious, and that was like that
I
joke.
don't think he was. I think he was just deeply ginger.
No, I know, but I think that like it was such a childish insult that was never meant to be taken literally, but like he just fully just took it for what it was.
I think he just got pounded for like a week by school bullies, didn't he?
Yeah,
and then just
poor
lost
kid.
it. You know, when there's that moment where the bullied kid snaps.
Yeah.
And sometimes the kid who's being bullied, they underestimate that kid.
Yeah.
And then he turns and they're like, "Oh, we made a mistake." I reckon that was him. He went on a bit of a rampage. But you know, like gingers now. I don't know how we got into gingers from saunas, but I don't think there's a thing with gingers anymore.
No.
Because so many people now are like doing hair, like platinum and all this kind of stuff. I think that if you just, as long as you're not a nerd, a nerdy ginger, you're good. But the only reason you're not good if you're a nerdy ginger is because nerds stand out. And then if you stand out plus you're like super ginge, then you're noticeable. But other than that, I don't think I ever really like.
Ginger looks good on some people as well, doesn't it? Like
Nicole
some people pull
Kidman.
it off. Yeah, some people pull it off really well.
But then some people dye their hair jet black when they're ginger and think that they've got away with it. But when you look at them, you can tell they're a ginger, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy.
I feel like ginger could maybe get away with being a blonde or
Yeah,
like a
100% blonde.
like a light mousy
Yeah.
brown.
But when you notice it and then you look at them, you can see through the dye to their ginger appearance. Even though you can't see ginger hair, they have a ginger face. There's something about... It must be the skin...
Freckles.
Yeah, but even if there's no freckles...
Pale and freckles.
You can just tell they're a ginger. There's something. It's weird.
It's like a different race.
Good looking or not good looking, it doesn't matter. You can just tell.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do that with other stuff. I wonder if, like, I dyed all my hair blonde, like really blonde. I wonder if you could tell
I feel like...
by my complexion alone.
Like, think how many times where you've seen, like, an actor or an actress in a film, and then you've seen them outside of it, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that to be your real hair colour. It doesn't happen that often. I'd say more often than not, they'll stick similar...
Especially if you've done it for a long time.
Yeah. Someone like, what's her name? Amelia Clarke? Daenerys from...
Oh, she's...
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, she doesn't look right brunette, does she?
No, but she isn't naturally a brunette.
Yeah, just
But
as crazy
like
eyebrows.
her blonde was like super blonde, so I was like, okay, she's blonde, but not that blonde. They've obviously made it more Targaryen white blonde.
blonde, yeah.
But I would have been like, okay, yeah, but she's definitely blonde.
Yeah,
But then
nope.
seeing a brunette, I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, who are you? And also not as hot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, not as hot.
nowhere near.
No, definitely look better as a Targaryen blonde.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I know what you're saying though. She definitely should have been born blonde.
But it doesn't happen too often. A lot of the time, I feel like people do stick with where they're at naturally.
I when I dyed my hair blonde, had no clue whether I'd suit it or not, and it's weird that I suited it
Yeah.
because everything about me should be dark, really Cypriot background. Although I do have my mum's an English rose, but then I tried dyeing my hair blonde once at uni. But it was all rugby lads, and we all did it together. So you put all you're in there, peroxided it. Yeah, you peroxided all your hair, and being the dumb jocks that we were,
Yeah.
obviously, first time it just went purely ginger because we went from dark hair to trying to go blonde, and we're like, oh, it hasn't worked. We didn't know you could dye it again.
Yeah.
Which obviously you have to. You have to multiply dye. You have to, if you're going to dye your hair with bleach, you have to do it like 2 or 3 times to get it to where you want it to go, which is why it's so bad for your hair.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
If you're doing it at home, obviously, if you're doing it, not even at hairdressers, they will be in there for 6 or 7 hours, like treatment to get it in one session. And it's really bad for the hair. But you can use then these like Olaplex things which help, but we didn't know about it. So we'd all dyed our hair. It went ginger, and we were like, "Oh no,
A fucking ginger rugby team."
yeah, I'm a ginger."
You're like the opposite of those gingers dyeing the hair. You were just like, let's all turn ourselves ginger.
Scare the other
Yeah,
so just stood across from a team of gingers.
Yeah, and then the other team were like, oh, the sun's come out, they're fucked. They're all just like a bunch of vampires. But then you stayed there and they're like, they're not real gingers.
We've been had.
Yeah. The tactic was all based on like the clouds. They were just like, okay, we just need to hold them off. Once that sun comes out, they're all going to get sunburnt. They'll be coming off left, right, and centre with sunburn.
They'll be clear to sail through to the try line. No, so what happened? It gets worse, mate. We turned ginger and we sit there and debated, can we be gingers?
Yeah.
At no point did anybody suggest, let's just dye our hair again. Or even, let's just dye our hair dark.
Yeah.
What did we do?
Shave your head.
Shaved our heads.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you shave your head when you've just dyed it ginger? You get a ginger tinge. So we're now these pale university students with a ginger tinge right across our domes. Number 1 ginger tinge across the dome as well. So we thought, I can't have a ginger tinge. So we buzzed it down. Bare blade, no blade, nothing, 0. The tinge did not go. But I'll tell you what did happen. As my hair then grew out afterwards...
Yeah.
Oh, no, that gets better. Then the girls came back, who lived in a flat upstairs, because obviously at this point we're in like halls. We're like, what the fuck have you all done? As we're all there with this ginger tinge.
Yeah.
Like, I'd gone from boy band hair to I look like some kind of, I don't know, Lithuanian thug.
Yeah.
They were like, so we told them, like, why didn't you just dye it again? Like, what now? Like, yeah, you dye it again after, and it would have gone blonde. And we were like, oh.
I just imagine all of you just crying in the bin, holding your hair, like, no.
And there was a collective, and then, well, let's go do that now anyway.
Yeah.
Because we've got this ginger tinge. Yeah. So then we all went and dyed and bleached our hair with this 1 mil of hair that we all had across our heads.
Basically dyed your scalp.
Basically burnt our scalps with bleach for like the next 20, 30 minutes. And then it went so white. Yeah. So white afterwards. I now look like an albino refugee. So we ended up trying from boy band blonde platinum hair, looking like an Albanian refugee, although as a rugby team, quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Looked literally like a bunch of crazy albinos. But then as it grew out, right? So imagine you got this 1 or 2 mil length of hair that's now bleach white.
Yeah.
And that is such a small amount that as it grew out, it didn't quite look like there was any down my hair.
Yeah.
Just that there was a constant bit of sawdust on the top. Or like I walked through a lot of cobwebs. It didn't compute.
Caught in the dust. It was like an optical illusion.
It was. Yeah. So I went from, Albanian refugee to head dust. Fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah.
At least I wasn't alone.
That's the most, like, bloke thing ever to do with your hair, I think.
How did we go from not thinking about dyeing it again or dyeing it to a different colour to shave it off? Like, there's no coming back.
There's a room full of people there and no one had that.
All of our collective brains together just came up with shave it off.
Shave it off. I suppose it's the most... There was a question with the re-dye. You were just, you know what I mean? Not that it entered the head, but you could be like, oh, it might
But
go
it was
wrong.
just the fact we didn't have any.
Yeah.
Run out. Oh, well. Can't possibly buy more. Students.
Yeah, just shave
Shave
red.
it off.
Well, I don't think I've ever done that.
You never dyed your hair?
I've dyed my hair so it's had like a tint to it, but not bleached it and dyed it.
Yeah.
And 'cause my hair's not, it looks black, but it's actually just a very dark brown. So I've had colour to it years ago when I was still at school, like a purple or a blue, and then there's just
nothing.
No, there is a little bit, but it's
tinge.
just like as the light catches it, which again,
Kinda cool.
Yeah, I was just a kid, like pretty sure like
yeah.
primary school and stuff like
I
that.
tried blue in my dark hair. It didn't work at all. Blue, green didn't work. Plum.
Yeah.
Plum worked a little bit. You get this kind of purple hue.
Yeah, I've had.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had plum, but I always quite liked it. Just
Your
doing
hair's
some
long
weird
now.
stuff. I know
Look at
it's
it.
getting there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nearly-
first time you've had it down for ages.
Nearly down to the nips, mate.
That
Getting
is-
there.
If you straightened that would be down to your nip.
Yeah, I think it does just about touch a nipple.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to straighten it. That's
Nah.
straight long hair sucks.
No, I was gonna say I don't know. I blow dried it the other day, and that makes it straighter. Because if I just let it dry naturally, it goes quite curly.
But mine gets super knotty though. Look how long mine is now, dude.
Yours is stupid long.
Yeah, I know.
Yours is
Well-
well past the nips now.
Yeah, down my back, mate. It's down to like halfway down my back.
Yeah.
So I need to go and get it cut into something now because it's getting to a length now where it's just like long.
Yeah.
Just that's it. What's your style? Long.
Long, yeah, yeah.
But then I don't have the sides, and honestly, I so want the sides, but I can't because I would look like a twat for 12 months.
Chop that off and then can you stick it on
Can you
there?
just glue it on? I could get one of those. Oh no, you can't because you can't grow hair underneath it, can you? You know, like
Toupee. What's stick
yeah,
on ones?
like that, like Mike O'Hearn clearly has on his head, but
yeah.
have it on the sides.
Yeah.
It's a hair. What do they call them? Hair something. They're very cool, man. There's a guy who does it near here, and what do they call it? Hair. Not a treatment. There's like a word, and it's like, oh, that's clever because hair system.
Hair system.
It makes it sound manly. It's like I'm having a system installed.
hair system.
I'm having a hair system. But they basically, if you're going bald
Get
on
an
top,
upgrade on my hair system.
yeah, they bick the top of your head,
Yeah.
like all the hair gone, and then they put this woven real hair kind of glue it down on top of it, and then but obviously you have to have a good hairstylist, and they cut it into your own hair then. And
It
so
lasts
all
quite a while
blends.
as well, doesn't it?
Oh, months and months. And all they have to do is go in and get it like, and you can swim in it, do everything, like everything. It's really good. I like it because you see the change in the person's face from the before and the after. Like they're just so much more confident.
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube recommend. I think because I've searched like hair stuff.
Yeah.
I think YouTube's recommended that to me. It's been ages since I've seen any of them, but I remember watching them and they're like quite interesting to see.
They've
And
got better and better now.
they're
as well.
amazing.
Like you can barely see. You can't tell now.
I was gonna say I think most of them, unless they're like some of them, they go for a super clean style. Then
Can't do
it doesn't
no,
work.
you got to have a bit of a shaggy do.
Yeah, you've got to kind of
Short, but still a bit. It's got to have layered. Like yeah.
So you'd be a challenge for them. It's like, have you ever done a hair system, but not
Just
on the
the
top?
sides.
Yeah, because normally it's only the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone keeps the sides, so you'd be the anti-hair system.
Just test run. See if I enjoyed having the sides. Maybe I wouldn't like it.
Maybe it is hard though. I feel it's messier. Yeah, I find the sides are a little bit harder to handle though. Like because it's always the sides that look messy. When you pull yours back, you can capture everything in its back, whereas the sides they like to
I see what you're saying.
slip out and then they want to like. Ooh.
This is the dilemma, isn't it? If I had to grow it, they
You'd have
say your
that
hair
for
grows.
ages.
They say your hair grows about, is it 3/4 of an inch a month or something like that? I worked out I look like a tit for at least 12 months. Because what am I going to do? Like, if I tie this up, this, no matter what, would just be, I'd look, hello. I'd look like I was signalling some kind of mating call. Just these hairs stick, because my hair, is when it's short, it just sticks out. It doesn't really lie.
You'd have to use product in the side. You'd probably have to like blow dry it and try and like.
Yeah, once I could tuck it behind the ear.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be that long. Once you got like a couple of inches, you could blow dry it and put some product in, and then just get it slicked back. And most people probably wouldn't even notice that it was shorter than everything else. Because when your hair's down, it covers the sides anyway. Like sometimes you have your hair and you wouldn't even know that your sides are shaved.
Yeah, it's all like look, if I do it like there, that side you can't see it, but it's like it's wispy though.
Yeah,
if the wind blows, it's like whoo.
Every time when your hair's like that, I've showed you before. If anyone remember House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's
that
Rejects,
doesn't sound positive. House of a Thousand Corpses, is that one of Rob Zombie's
films? Yeah, so there's
you can tell by the title.
What's it? Oh, I'm trying to remember.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about that old leader dude, aren't you? Dude, why are you doing that to me? That's so savage. That's so accurate.
Let me just.
If when I come out the sauna, that's what I look like. Dehydrated and shit hair. You're gonna have to get into focus, but that is me after surviving 20 minutes in the sauna. Yep, that's fair. That is fair. Those movies are pretty good though. The Rob Zombie ones.
Yeah,
they're a higher production value than you expect.
There's a newer one. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It's still a few years old now. But I've not seen it. I didn't hear good things about it.
No, I think it was the clown guy, wasn't it? Wasn't he?
He's in.
I think they were running. I think they'd run their course by that point. It was one too many.
Yeah, I've realised as well. I'm slowly turning into Rob Zombie from his. I can't remember what album it is. I saw it today. It was on at the gym, and I was just like, I'm actually slowly transforming into that cover art.
This is what you think about, and it's like, Jesus, yeah, you're not, yeah.
Just
you can do that for Halloween.
Yeah, I know. If I didn't have something already, whatever that cover art is.
You're having a Halloween bash again this year at BCB.
We are, yeah. Actually, that's a good thing to talk about. Are you going to be able to make it down?
Yeah, I think so.
The 29th?
I have no outfits whatsoever for Halloween, dude. I mean, what do you invest in for Halloween? Because it's Britain. We suck. Like Halloween here is cack. It's not good. We don't do anything. It's just, I mean, you watch scary movies are on Netflix. That's it.
Yeah, I know. It's not.
There's some cookies in the shape of a pumpkin in Asda.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit underwhelming, I think, a lot of the time. But it's especially costume side of things. Like you've got like two choices. It feels like there's no middle of the road. You've got like those like Smithy costumes that are like £20 made of fucking I don't know
nylon.
It's just it's the crappiest, shittest material. It's like
a pillowcase with bits stuck on it.
Yeah, it's the worst possible attempt at it. And fair enough if you just want something super cheap. But it always looks super cheap and shit.
Yeah, that's what it's so cheap. It's shit.
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna look at it like, yeah, that's good.
Well, you did a good job there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you've got like there is some really good stuff that's on Etsy, and you'd be like, oh, that's £700.
Yeah.
And it's like because it's basically
unless you're committing to a Comic-Con.
Yeah, I was gonna say because then it's cosplay stuff.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a Comic-Con or anything like that?
I reckon. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Oh, because there's a few of the staff that
are
big into. Well, they're just fucking nerds. And
just laying them out there.
Yeah, well, so am I though. To be fair, and I've always wanted to go, but if I was going to do it, I was like, we'd have to fucking dress up, right?
Yeah. You'd have to put in the effort.
There's no point going because you don't have to dress up. But
there was a bodybuilder that went as the guy, God of War.
Yeah, Kratos.
Kratos. Yeah, he went as him.
Yeah,
but he looked like him as well, and he could do the voice.
Yeah.
He's a unit because he's a full on professional bodybuilder. So he looked sick, and he literally just didn't get to move when he walked in there. It was just constant. It's on YouTube him doing it. It's pretty cool. But he paid someone to paint him up, I think, and do all the stuff properly. So he looked legit, and I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think me and some of the people from the gym are going to do one of them. I don't know. I've got a few options.
What's your shittest Halloween costume you ever done?
I'm pretty sure one time as a kid I just had a bin bag on me.
What are you? I'm trash, as my mother and father have told me for many years.
I am a bag of rubbish. I am the physical manifestation
of my hopes and dreams. You were well ahead of your age category. Yeah. It was an art installation.
Yeah, everyone just felt sorry for me and gave me loads of sweets.
My crap. Do you know the standard, isn't it? If you're a bloke and you're younger, like Halloween comes out, army guy.
Yeah,
that's one option.
Yeah,
army guy, shit dead zombie. take a t-shirt, take a shirt, rip it, put some bloodstains on it. And that's your lot.
You got the little stick-on scars.
Oh God!
That used to like peel off halfway through the night.
I remember we were on Halloween with my mates. We must have been 15, 16. So obviously still super into the way you look.
Yeah.
And because he's at that age now where girls matter and shit. You know, it's like, yeah. So we must have been about 15. And started lifting.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of shape to me.
Yeah.
So immediately I was in a vest.
Yeah.
No question. So army guy.
Yeah.
So combat trousers, vest, like war paint on the face or whatever like that, all done up. Probably, I think, something tied around my arm to try and make it look bigger, like a wrestling style thing or something.
Yeah.
Something, shit like that.
Yeah.
So black vest, combats, boots, paint and that. I don't know what my mates went as. We walk up to the local pub where there was meant to be this Halloween thing. We got there at probably about 7 o'clock, probably too early. Walked in, army guy, feeling like, yeah. Walked in, pub full of just normal people. And they turn around to see an army guy, probably a shit zombie, and something else walk in. And we were like, oh, we've been done. Turns out we're just super early. By like 9 o'clock, everyone else turned up.
Yeah.
But until then, we're just 3 twats playing pool.
Yeah.
Looking just clearly like they wanted to look cool for Halloween and didn't.
Remember when I don't know whether it's still a thing, but like certain bars and pubs that turned into a club at night, the security didn't get on until a certain time. So basically, you didn't have to worry about ID or anything if you turned up early enough.
That might have been why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that
you
might have been
got
why.
in early enough before security got on the door. And then once security's in, they just assume everyone who's in the building
Is
is
already
old
been
enough
yeah.
to have been ID'd. So then, that was always
Yeah.
an easy way of getting in.
Loophole for anybody. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if that still applies, but that's something that used to happen quite a bit when I was younger. But I remember I did one. I can't remember where we went out. It was like into Warwick or something like that for some of Emma's friends, and I had one costume, and genuinely like multiple people like came up to me because I was making them uncomfortable.
What was it?
So, have you ever played the game Manhunt?
Yeah.
So it was kind of a combination of two of the.
I mean the computer game Manhunt, where you go around murdering people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a combination.
That game was almost illegal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when it came out, it was a big
I'm pretty
fuss
sure they
about
banned it afterwards, and I think
The
then
idea you brutally massacred people stealthily.
yeah.
That was the point of the game.
Yeah, so it was a combination of two of the different like hunter kind of characters that are after you, the enemies that you know they're after you, you're after them. So it was like cargo trousers. There was like a military just vest thing, like like looks like a bulletproof jacket, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But then it was one of the smileys.
Masks, didn't they?
It was the smiley face mask, and it was like, and I made the mask myself because it was just a fucking cardboard mask, yellow smiley face. Like burnt and dirty and bloody, and then like in like blood was written "Please stop me," and just loads of people were like really unsettled by it, and so that was actually probably one of the best ones. Yeah, it was. It was a good costume
And homemade.
Yeah, I know, and it literally cost me like nothing other than whatever that jacket was.
I painted myself fully green to be the Hulk.
That's pretty good.
That
That's
was
commitment.
that was fully that was a commitment. But one time, I think my best one was I bought a latex vampire mask.
Yeah.
So it just goes over the top part of your face,
Yeah.
changes all your eyes and that, and your nose. And
Basically looked like a Buffy vampire.
Buffy, Buffy vampire. And it really worked. And I had the fangs and everything that you glued onto your teeth, which didn't really work, but I managed to get it to stick long enough. But the problem with it is, when you take a picture, the light bounces off the latex different to how it bounces off the skin. Right. So when you captured it, probably now not so much because cameras are way more improved. Yeah. But when you used to take it back then, just with your normal phone or whatever, it would always flash because they were shit at being anything slightly dull, weren't they? So and it would just bounce off the latex, which would then shine white when your skin would be normal color. Yeah. So I got no pictures
where it looked
it did it justice at all, and it looked really good. I'd do that again. I might do that again. I might order that.
Yeah,
vampire it up.
Or like Lost Boys style vampire. I've seen some with all the head wrinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might do that actually. Cool. I'll see if I can get
I was really happy with last year's when I did The Crow.
Yeah, you were good at The Crow.
I felt like, because I've always...
I watched the movie after you came. I watched it again.
Yeah, it's so good. I've always wanted to do The Crow because it's one of my favourite films. But there's always somebody at the party that's The Crow, and it looks crap because they've got this rubbish, like polyester shiny wig.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I just don't want to be a rubbish crow. So I was like, I'd rather just not do it. And then, like, I don't know, my hair was about the right length. It was maybe a little bit short, but it was about the right length.
Yeah.
And I was well happy. And I managed to get that fucking leather jacket for a
20 quid or something ridiculous
it was
you got
a
it for.
bargain, yeah. Because I was
It's like a £200 leather jacket.
I've still got it. It's just sat in my cupboard. Although one of the girls from the gym asked if she could borrow it for this Halloween because she was thinking about doing Trinity from the Matrix, and I was like, it's probably not going to fit.
No,
But she was
it's
like, it's better than nothing. She's ended up not coming as Trinity anyway, so it didn't matter. But like, I've wore it once and it's just sat there.
Yeah, I might steal it and be a vampire.
Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect. There we
There
go.
you go.
You could come as Blade. There we go. We'll blackface you.
Blackface.
We'll
me?
blackface
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
That's the most.
That is keeping with the times.
That
as well.
could be the most PC thing you've ever done.
Blackface for Halloween.
Oh, so
Wow.
this year I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna do a Viking because Emma wanted to do a Viking couple.
But that's my only other option. Literally,
I-
plait the hair and
Yeah, because
I could be vampire Viking.
a Vamking.
Vamking.
I feel like Viking's a little bit lazy. I know I am doing it, but I do feel like it's a bit lazy, isn't it? Because it's just an easy one to do, especially, and it's definitely an easy one for us. That's why I haven't had a shave for a little bit. I'm just growing my beard out a little bit. So having
You look fresh faced actually this week.
I've managed to
You looked
sleep a
a bit
little
depleted
bit.
the last few weeks, but you actually look like your age again now.
I have been. Yeah, I was rapidly aging.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what not sleeping and
Dude,
working
if I
constantly
don't
does
sleep
for
for a
me.
couple of nights, my eyes turn into pandas. Terrible. I've got my moisturising routine back on. This is such a manly conversation. Yeah, I've got my serums.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm telling you now, get to Aldi for under a tenner, you can kick yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the Q10 serums from
think
Aldi. There's a
I've
day
got
cream, night cream, and a serum. Just buy those three things. It's like it'll cost you. I think it costs you like £7.50 in total.
Yeah.
They'll last you. The big creams will last you a good couple of months. The serum probably lasts you a month, and it's like nothing. But they genuinely work. They've got Q10 in them, which is the same stuff that they put in all the like Boots No. 7, all that kind of stuff, and fancy things. And these creams are always rated in the top 5 that you can buy.
Yeah.
And this is up against things that cost hundreds of pounds per tub.
It's always really cheap.
Like £2.50.
Right, yeah. I know I picked up one of I think it was the day cream.
Yeah.
I've literally used it like 3 times.
Anti-wrinkle
and
day
forgot.
cream, anti-wrinkle night cream, and then the serum.
Yeah, I do need to start looking after it a little bit more because, again, that's something
I've...
I've...
preemptive, dude.
Yeah, something I've kind of fell off the bandwagon with. Because actually, that reminded me, somebody the other day was asking me about like the TRT and how's it going, and they said, I keep seeing these like videos, some that like Derek from More Plates More Dates puts up, where people get like horrendous acne and stuff like that, even on like lower doses. And they said like, what's it been like for you? And it was a bit of a concern for me because I had acne when I was at school, and I still get
Yeah,
the
if you're
odd spot
prone
here
to it,
and there.
there is a possibility that it would. But the same with creatine, dude.
Exactly.
If you're prone to it.
But when I actually started, because I was quite conscious of it, I started to pay more attention to like
skincare.
Yeah, my skincare, and Emma got me this body wash that has like a salicylic acid in it. So I started using that. So actually, for the first few months, my skin was the best it had ever been.
Yeah.
Because I was being more proactive. Now I've kind of fell off the bandwagon. I've kind of just gone back to normal, so it's no worse or no better. So it's again another reason why I just need to. It's cause like I still fucking shower every day. I just like ran out of the stuff and then was just like, I can't be asked.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't shower every day.
Yeah.
My hair and everything, dude. If I'm not a smelly guy, and if I start to smell even slightly, I'm instantaneous with it.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't know how people can't smell themselves. Like, I'm instant, any whiff. But sometimes, like if I haven't trained that day, I might not shower that day. And I actually think, for me, when I do shower every day, it fucks my skin up.
Oh, really?
So this is a reason why I don't do it. So a lot of you just before then were like, "Ugh, Lex is dirty." No, you see this? Yeah, no. I've done things where I've been like, I'm going to see how it affects me now. So because obviously when I go and start boxing, I sweat a lot. So it's like, okay, so I'm definitely going to need to shower after this, but that's my skin going through a lot. So it's the sweat on there, the salt, everything's coming out, leaching it. I've got to get the electrolytes back in. I've got to make sure that then obviously you're showering again and you're putting all these shit chemicals on your body to shower and wash. Because let's face it, this body wash is a basic like putting fairy liquid on yourself.
Some of them are bad, aren't they?
Oh, they're all bad. Unless you're buying something that's 100% natural, mate, it's all got alcohol, glycerin, and all God knows what kind of shite in it that we're smearing on ourselves. It's definitely not good. Like we should probably really pay attention to that a bit more.
Well, I know that the salicylic acid, because that's basically exfoliating your skin, but without having to scrub it, because it is literally just like kills the dead skin cells on there.
Really?
So again, it is quite harsh, but because I'm super oily, my skin's always really oily. My hair's really oily. Like everything, I am a greasy bastard. So if I don't shower every day, like I can shower, use that, and then my forehead will be shiny like an hour later, just because of how much oil that I produce. So I've experimented because when you.
But that's good, you know. If you have oily skin, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I've got oily skin." Do you know what it's great for? Anti-aging. Dude, it's why I have my youthfulness.
Yeah.
Honestly, like people, like don't get me wrong, I pay attention to my skin. I've looked after it like since my 20s. I always remember I had a conversation with this hilarious thing is I had a conversation with a lad on the doors, one of my mates, who was as we're doorman stood there talking about moisturising.
Yeah.
Whilst dragging someone out. So what is your Q10 you're using, mate? You know.
Do you get it from Aldi?
Hang on a minute. Just put
Name's not Dan, you're not getting in.
Yeah. And I remember because he was about 8 or 9 years older than me.
Yeah.
But he looked great. And he was like, yeah, I'm moisturised, dude. I was like, what? He went, yeah, you got to start before the wrinkles come. It's too late when they're there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I remembered from the moment he told me that, I've always been like, always have my sunblock on, always have my sun cream on. Like, don't get me wrong, I like getting a tan, but I'll wear like
especially on the face though.
Yeah,
you
I'll
don't
wear like a
you don't
30.
want your face to tan like.
I'll wear like a 30 on my face and a 15 on my body.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes you get face creams that have a factor 50 in them.
Yeah.
And so if I'm on holiday, I'll have one of those. So you just naturally put it on in the morning and night. And I'm
pretty sure
get a
that-
tan to it.
I think the day cream that you recommended, I'm sure that's got something, but it's only like 50.
There's different
15 or
options. You
something.
can get more expensive day one from Aldi, which has a bit more in it. So budget wise, but I've had the more expensive one. It is great and it lasts. It's so thick, it'll last you like 3 months. It's like, so it's kind of worth its value. The ones I've got are a white tub and a blue tub, but you can get one. They might change it now. But it was a red one, and that was more expensive, and that had the factor 50 in it. That did have the factor 50 in it. So I would have recommended that over the white one. It's just I was in a rush. But yeah, oil on your skin actually is going to help you not age as badly. So a lot of things like the British people age like shit is because a lot of people, they don't have oily skin because we're Brits, you know. So because we're mongrels and have that other
technical term.
Yeah, well we are. We have that like either Cypriot, you have the, where is it? The pretty
Pakistani,
place.
but,
no, what's the pretty?
Kashmir.
Yeah. You have that in it. So, you know, you're like a nice silky scarf.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A
A hairy bloke that tries to not be hairy.
trying to think what's from Cyprus.
What is it?
Halloumi. Is that
fucking hell, so you're a lovely scarf and I'm a cheese.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I think halloumi's.
It's Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
close
Anyway. So it's it's actually a benefit. So you do want your skin to be a little bit oily. So if you get oily, like my hair will be greasy after 3 days just because of my natural oils.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, what the frick, I washed it 3 days ago. And it's oil in your skin. It's good though. That's why you don't look old before your time. So if you don't have oily skin, you really need to be on your shit. Like keep yourself moisturized. But that's why we can be a little bit lazy sometimes and still get away with it. But the showering thing, if I don't need to shower because I don't stink and I don't feel dirty or haven't done anything that's going to, know that I'm dirty, I won't shower to allow my normal skin cycle to go through what it needs to go through, rather than me going in there scrubbing the shit out of it with all these chemicals and things like that. And I've always been a bit like that since training. Yeah. Because sometimes I'd shower twice a day because I'd be like fighting, I'd be like training in the day, then going to fighting in the evening, showering after both. And I did start to get like skin issues.
Right, okay. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm almost not necessarily the opposite, but the more I shower, the better. Like if I could shower 3 times a day.
Really?
Yeah, that's
I honestly
better for my
think
skin.
it would make you age. I really do.
It might
Not
do,
only
yeah.
that as well. Think about if you're scrubbing your face, like shoving it up and down all day, like 3 times a day, twice a day, with a towel. Like a lot of people just scrub their face, don't they?
Yeah.
But you're literally yanking your skin around your face.
Yeah.
So you're ruining the elasticity of your skin. Imagine how many thousands of times a year you would be ragging your face around unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Like these are all factors you need to consider. Like over a decade.
So I need my face in a zero gravity
I always
chamber.
remember, because these are the weird things that I remember. Like, I always remember an ex-girlfriend of mine went, no, because I'd be like, rub, 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 rub. She said, what are you doing? I was like, just trying. She said, don't do that. Like, there's 2 things I remember. She said, pat your face dry. So I always now pat my face dry. And it's like, it does make sense, like, rather than ragging it around. Pat your face dry. And when you put moisturizer on, you go from bottom to top. Don't drag down. Push up.
Okay.
Because if you're putting moisturizer on twice a day, every day, so that's 700 and something times a year. If you're dragging your face down 700 times a year, it's going to have an effect. But if you're pushing it up, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going against the negatives.
What about sleeping upside down like a vampire?
Sleep on your face is bad, so sleeping upside down like a vampire would be beneficial, other than the fact you might die from the blood pooling in your brain.
But if you wake up every half an hour,
Yeah.
just to stand up straight, drain it out.
But yeah, these are all things you need to be considering, folks.
All right, I'm going to start hanging upside down.
I do actually want to start hanging upside down for my back.
Yeah, just a bit of decompression.
Yeah, we don't do it anywhere. I'm going to have to get. There's nowhere has that machine you have.
The reverse hyper? Yeah.
Nowhere. It's amazing, that thing.
I'll show you another one where you can actually hang, and you hang via your hips. You can literally do it. You could probably do it down there. Just you need some heavy resistance bands, and it's really good for decompressing your lower back.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And also apparently for your ankles.
Right, come on, hot sweet time. Let's finish.
Let me just quickly check I'm not allergic to it. I don't think there was anything in there.
Sugar, glucose, flavouring, capsicum, oleo resin, and then colour E129. That's literally it.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Doesn't say anything about nuts or anything.
No, I'll be all right. And if not, we're not going to know because it'll be so hot that I'm probably dying.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers to this sweet that smells of nothing. Here we go. We're going to keep trying to talk through it. It doesn't... it tastes a little bit like a crap lolly. Oh, I feel the heat already. Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah, I've got a little bit.
Tastes like those cheap... If you were to get a Chubbawub lollipop, but it's not Chubbawub.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's coming through now.
It's getting hot. Well, it's not... Oh.
It's got a little bit of aniseediness in as well. It's a bit of a weird...
You know, like a Fireball.
Yeah.
It's at right now. It's at Fireball temperature.
Yeah.
Is it getting any hotter though?
It's hard to tell.
It tastes of nearly nothing.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of feels like I'm sucking on something that shouldn't be.
Well,
that sounded weird.
Funny Man Hot Sweets. I don't think it's getting any hotter, man. I think that's just. I think I'm at level. It's like a madras.
Yeah, it's flattened out.
Damn it! I wanted us to be choking and eyes watering and noses running. Does anybody know sweets that actually do? Has anybody found sweets that are actually hard work? Like super sours, super hot, something like that we can test. I think it'd be quite funny to get, especially when we get people on. Oh, dude, I would make a great gay guy.
Why?
I pick up men wherever I go.
Really?
Yeah. Went to the gym. First time I was in there, met a dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him on here.
Yeah.
Owns his own wellness company.
Yeah.
And is mining his own crypto coins. And he drinks whiskey and smokes cigars to the extent that in his own home, he has a cigar room that's fully ventilated with a humidor, whiskey cabinet, the whole shebang, 2 leather chairs.
As if?
Just drawn to each other.
Yeah. What does he look like?
Well, he's a good-looking guy as well, so I pick up good-looking men.
Of course you do.
Yeah, he was doing
Good-looking, wealthy men.
Yeah.
That is your type.
Exactly. Dude, missing a trick. Honestly, maybe in the next life.
You can always give it a shot, mate. You see what happens.
Nah, I definitely... you know we ever do that? Guys will know this. Do you ever just try and think up situations in your mind to see if you can convince yourself that maybe you might, in that situation, do it? And every time I try and even create the best scenario, like Brad Pitt's coming on to you, and you've had 8 whiskeys. Nobody's ever going to know. And even then, I still couldn't go gay.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd just be a little bit weird, wouldn't it? I suppose it'd be a good claim, but you probably wouldn't tell anyone.
Exactly. But this is it. And the funny is, I had a mate.
I'm not really enjoying this, are you?
It's just gone now.
Yeah,
What?
it's not hot. I'm just not enjoying the actual taste of it. It's like...
It tastes of nothing, doesn't it? It's just a heat. It's a madras heat.
Yeah.
It's like we've ordered a madras.
For me, it's weird because it's
And
kind
eat-
of...
and then,
it's
when you
like
keep
sweet
eating,
and savoury, which is like... There's a little bit of some kind of sweetness.
it's like when you order a medium to hot curry dish and you keep putting mouthfuls in to not let the heat die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it reaches a level, and that's
It's
where
just
at.
maintaining.
It's now-
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't even put it at a madras. It's...
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a letdown.
It's a good... I don't know, chicken
I'm done with
tikka.
That can definitely go in a Halloween box, though.
Yeah,
that won't kill a
for
child.
a kid.
Yeah.
That'll
might be
probably
hot for a child.
Might make a child cry.
Which would be worth it.
If fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll try and get more funny sweets each week. Let's see what we can find.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
just
then-
make your tongue hot. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, being gay.
I've
So,
I
yeah,
think
he
I've
looks...
made it.
He's... Huh?
I think I've made it. I'm now had several messages from gay guys now. I think that means I'm famous.
You're in.
I hit 1,000 followers on my Instagram.
I have the nicest gay guys as well that just tell me how lovely I look.
Oh, I got.
They don't. I get the. I used to get the ones of like, do me hard in the ass.
Yeah.
Or all this. I'd be like, that's weird way to open up a conversation.
Why don't you start with hello?
Yeah. But most of them are just like, a nice little compliment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cheers, thanks, appreciate love.
Yeah. But no, fair
They're
enough.
always like, no worries.
Yeah. I've been called daddy a few times.
Yeah, that happens in comments more than messages, though.
I had a few messages as well.
Daddy.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about this
How
the
that
other
makes me
day,
feel.
but I know, I didn't realise that. Because obviously the whole daddy thing's come around from like the girls with daddy issues.
Yeah.
But is that the same in like for a gay man?
Maybe, yeah, of course, why not?
Or is it just that the word like saying daddy now?
Oh, it's become like commercialised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like lost the initial meaning.
I think some mean it and some just say it
Yeah.
like, as a term.
Because it is I don't know. That makes I think that makes me more uncomfortable.
Yeah, I definitely make
than like saying, "Oh, fuck you in the arse."
Yeah, you're all right with that, but don't call me daddy.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just like a blunt
You've got
statement.
some weird boundaries.
Daddy's just like I don't know. I'm just like
No, it is a bit cringe, isn't it?
why?
Like from a I don't know. From a stranger, I can see how in couples it works because it's an intimate thing. But from a stranger to say it to somebody, it's a bit like, well, it's presumptuous that you might think that I want you to be my incestuous lover.
yeah. I'm just like
Because that's what it means when a stranger says it, incest. But
and
when
also
somebody,
I'm like I'm only 30. Leave me alone. If I had a child, it might be 10 at the oldest, right? You know.
oh dear. So to get back to the guy who met in the gym, Jason. He said it was like tall, lean calisthenics kind of style bloke, to the point where he showed me a stretch and he bent in a way that I never thought the human body was possible as a man to do.
Yeah.
He was I can't remember what he was even explaining to me because I was just looking at his hip to head ratio.
Yeah.
And he was like, so then once you've grabbed your heel, bear in mind at this point, his knee is up by his ear.
Yeah.
He's talking to me over his own leg, which he's got hooked by his left hand. His right foot is hooked by his face.
Yeah.
His left foot is hooked by his left hand, by his face, and he's talking to me over his knee about stretching out the hip, going, this is a really good stretch. And I'm thinking, like, that will put me in hospital. Like, literally. That. And he's like, so once you get to this, the idea is to push this hip down. And I'm like, I would need new hips. Like, there's no way. There's just no way. But he did show me some really cool stuff, and then we got chatting and then all this like that. So I think, and he's only around the corner. So, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That's the benefit of the cost of my laziness has actually brought to fruition somebody who's very interesting, and he mines crypto. So we'll be able to have a conversation about crypto because at the moment there is a chance you can still get in and make money off crypto.
Oh, okay.
Like the opportunity is still here at the moment because we've had this dip.
Right.
So there is a chance, and we're not going to get many second chances. We've missed the £300 per Bitcoin chance.
Yeah.
But there is a chance this thing could still go 10 times, once it, I bet he knows more about the ins and outs. He's literally mining it. So
Oh, fair enough. I have somebody I know who develops the blockchain stuff, basically all of the systems that underpin cryptocurrencies, but there's a load of other stuff.
Blockchain is one of the most important parts of it because that's the security for the currency.
Yeah, and he works in that.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
So it's an old friend. We used to have a lot of funny stories together, actually.
So let us know if that'd be an interest to you. We'll try and get Jason on when you're more free.
Yeah.
So you can.
I messaged Anthony the other day as well because a few
Yes.
people were talking to me about cigars.
Davidoff cigars.
And so it prompted me to drop him a message because I was like, I haven't spoke to him in a bit because he got married not too long ago and he's had a few things going on. So we'll have to get him back on. Because I know it was Mary actually. She was saying, I'd heard about this episode, but I've not seen it. So it's got to have been well over a year since we've had him on though.
Yeah. So that's cool. So we'll get some more guests on. That is our time for today.
Yes,
so
it is.
that was from saunas to gingers to gay love. It's been a good one.
Halloween.
And Halloween.
we've covered
Let us
a
know
lot.
what you're going to dress up as Halloween. Give us some Halloween ideas. I hope you're having a great week. If you haven't had a good week, let's start being proactive because, listen, the clocks are going to be going back. Do they go back or forwards? Forwards.
Go forwards now, yeah.
I don't know why. Why don't you just have a national vote and avoid this bullshit? Because every year it does it, and every year everyone gets depressed, and nobody would care that it'd be darker in the morning. We just care that it's dark by 3 freaking p.m. But anyway, they're going to put the clocks forward, and we know it's a time that's challenging because it does get darker earlier. Things just seem to shut down a little bit inside. So this is where we need to get in our rhythm, get in our stride before this happens. So let's, little things.
Sort your fucking life out.
Yeah, if you're going to do it now. Just sort your life out. Just get sorted. Come on. Stop messing around. But yeah, start getting these little practices in. So getting up, spending time with yourself in the morning. This is a big thing. Because the amount of people... I watched something on... So when I'm editing, I'll have like some innocuous thing on in the background, which is probably a bad habit. I've slowly stopped doing it and started having brown noise on instead, which sounds like something negative.
Brown noise when we were at school was the sound that you'd play that'd make you shit yourself.
The brown note that was, wasn't it? There's one note that would, if you hit it, would make you instantly poo.
Yeah. That's
But no, brown noise is actually a thing you can use if you struggle to focus. Because if I put on meditation music, if I put on like these, study focus music things, I get sleepy. So brown noise is basically like this kind of noise, like it's a pulsation, and you don't really hear it after the first 30 seconds once you get back to work. But it keeps you in tune. It's pretty good. YouTube, just put YouTube layered brown noise. Just taking it to poo every time. But if you get honestly, it's really good and it's just free. Whack it on and then off you go. So getting these little habits in is going to be... No, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the movie, wasn't I? Yeah, but we're talking about the habits. So I had on this... it's called Grim Cutty or some shit. It's on either Disney or Netflix. And I don't know why. It has one of these like Japanese kind of look, like thumbnails to it. Okay. And it was like a horror thing. It was on it now. What a lot of shit. Anyway, it's about how parents manifest this like being that makes kids cuts kids or whatever it does. Okay. And they all think the kids are cutting themselves. So they all say getting worried. The more worried they get, the more they manifest it. Okay. It's bollocks. But one of the annoying things is it's all about them being on their technology. All on their phones, all sat just on their phones, never away from them, always on something, computer phone. And the parents manifest it by being on the technology, like searching it and creating it, and it makes it this thing.
Brings it into reality.
Yeah, pretty much. But one of the scenes is they take the phone off the girl or whatever it is, and she falls asleep, and then she wakes up in the morning, and her face is still in the mattress, like, classic teenage starfishing, face in the mattress. And the first thing she does is go to reach for a phone on the side without even lifting her head up, and then remembers it's not there. And I just out loud went, oh, fuck off. Yeah. Like, if that's how you are, if you reach for your phone, that's the first movement you do in the morning, you're a tit. Because, you are. You're literally fucking your life up. If that's the first thing you do in the morning.
That's what a lot of people do.
Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that do this.
Yeah.
So if you are, fucking stop it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. In the morning, alarm goes off, turn it off, put some music on. First thing you should do.
30 minutes of...
Just put some music on. The moment the music starts playing, your attitude changes. Don't leave the silent.
We need to go back to alarms that are like the radio.
Do you remember your school alarm? Yeah. Jesus, could it wake you up in a more obnoxious way?
Yeah. See, why don't phones do that when you can have an option and it'll turn on Spotify for you?
Because then I think you have to have the license to link it through. It's all...
or why doesn't Spotify have an alarm feature? Where you could set an alarm.
Play your favourite songs.
Yeah. You could almost set your playlist.
The iPhone has this... When you go into your alarm here, you can set your sleep wake up alarm. And what that does is it slowly brings the alarm in. So it starts at a low volume and ramps it up. Whereas the other alarms are just straight in. Yeah. And that one is really good. And then you can set your daily wake up and how long you want to sleep and everything. So that's really good. But I wish you could, link that through so that your alarm is a song. Maybe you can.
I was going to say, there's got to be some kind of feature like that, surely. It seems like such a simple thing. You can just set an alarm through Spotify.
Sounds and Hepatics. Nope.
Or there's got to be another app that connects to it or something like that.
Let us know. Do you know? Let us know.
Yeah.
Comments.
That sounds great. That does. That's way better.
But this is massively important. The way you wake up will dictate the rest of your day. And I found out, you're filling a void of silence. And so many people now cannot be within their own silence. I found myself doing it the other day. My Final Cut, when I was editing, did the Circle of Doom. And rather than just sitting there looking at it or thinking about something else, I immediately went to my second screen and clicked on YouTube. And I caught myself doing it. Immediately, but that's the difference, is I can catch myself doing it because I'm preemptively and actively trying to search out all these faults. Other people won't even notice. kids and that, especially at the moment, they just flip from one thing to the other. You can't keep
Can't
their
have-
concentration on anything for more than like we're creating ADHD. We're basically building it into these fucking people.
Yeah, there's a lot of like insight into that at the moment, actually, where people are thinking that because things like ADHD are becoming far more prominent. Obviously, now it's something that we know a lot more about. There's a lot more testing, but is that actually just part of our structure and our lifestyle and how things are? We're almost building it in.
I took that full doses of Adderall, didn't I? And I was messaging you when I took them, and I just didn't really feel like it benefited me at all. And I would take it before doing a task, and I would still have the same distractions. I still have the same, like I had to actively still just focus on what I was doing, and maybe taking the Adderall made me think about that a bit more. But I felt like other than making me feel a little bit antsy at points, it really didn't benefit me. And I don't know whether that's because it was only a short-term test or whatever it was doing. You know, like I'd ran it for like a week, 4 days out of the 7.
Yeah.
You know, maybe slightly more productive, but not enough to medicate myself. Right. You know, if I'm medicating and fucking with my brain chemistry, I want some serious results.
Yeah.
I'm not otherwise.
Well, again, though, we don't. That wasn't branded Adderall.
It wasn't branded, so it would be worth. They told me when I rang up the GP. I think I cover this. So I got an appointment with the doctor, phone appointment, which I had to wait 3 weeks for. They then cancelled it because the Queen died. And then said I was going to have to wait another 3 weeks for another appointment. I was like, are you kidding? I said, this is affecting my life. And all I'm getting through is a referral. All you're going to do is ring me for them to refer me. And they were like, you can ring at 8:30 in the morning. So I rang literally the next day at 8:30 in the morning and got straight through to somebody. So why'd you make me 3 weeks in the first place, you pranax? Anyway, got the call for the doctor. She was really nice. Went through everything, said, you know, I've had this, I've done this, told them I'd self-medicated, was fully honest with them. And she's like, okay, that's really interesting. Right, here's what's happening is I can definitely put you through and refer you to the ADHD, the mental health and well-being things. She said, but I'm going to be honest with you, might take months for them to get back to you. I said, what? She said, yeah. She said, be prepared to wait months. She said, it could be 1, it could be 3. She said, I have no idea. I said, well, in the meantime, how do I know that anything's going on? She said, you won't. I said, so there's no updates, nothing. She's like, no. So if she fails to put this through, I have no clue if it's even gone through. So at the moment, I'm waiting for someone to contact me.
Well, I told you I was waiting on those allergy tests.
Yeah.
So this was probably like, I don't know, March. I've just got through. And it's a fucking phone call.
Are you taking the piss?
Yeah. They're not even seeing me. I'm not getting... It's literally taken, I don't know...
They just shout words down there. Okay, take a deep breath and... Nuts!
7 or 8 months, and then they've literally got a phone consultation with me. I'm just like, I'm not actually seeing anything.
Think about gluten, and now think about nuts. Now gluten again, and nuts. Any of those make you feel any way?
Yeah, they're
Mr. Majid?
going to text me a shopping list beforehand, and then they're going to ask me to eat stuff, and then just tell me if I'm dying or
just
not.
down the phone. And what was it you ate before? We can't make that happen.
Sorry.
So we're going to have to reschedule this call.
Yeah, we'll get you back in 8 months' time. Goodbye.
It's a joke. And when it comes to anything like this, like where it's actually something to do with a mental or like something that's a little bit innocuous, like an allergy, like a mental ability of some kind, because it's not something they can just like pinpoint, they're just like, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
Whereas really, these are the things that are going to come about and be really problematic later down the line.
Some stuff, it's just easier just to go private if you can.
When you've got the 7 to 10 people waiting in the surgery lobby because they've got a tickly throat or an itchy bum hole, and they see them straight away.
God damn itchy bumhole disease.
What you should go in with is itchy bum hole and then slide in on top of that. Whilst I'm here.
Yeah. Whilst I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm mental.
Well.
Yeah. So but getting back to the point, get your shit in order, because when these clocks change, we know it's going to get depressing. We know it's probably going to go grey and a bit rainy. So
I can already feel it.
Yeah.
Creeping in.
Plan your days a little bit more. Like make sure that you actually get out in the sun. And when you say get the sun on your skin, sun on your eyes, earth under your feet. I know the earth under your feet is going to be difficult as the things start to freeze, or hopefully start to freeze, because we've had a few lame winters. Yeah. Like if you're going to be winter England, do it properly. I want the frozen.
I want a bit of snow.
I want blue skies, snow, and frozen ground, and like when you wake up in the morning, there's frost. I want that.
Yeah.
I don't want grey drizzle. Thank you very much.
Nice. It's lovely and fresh, isn't it, when it's like that?
And if you are struggling, you can also get some little, they're like a UV light that you can get, and you can do 10 minutes on them a day. You can probably get them pretty cheap now because they've been around.
Fart.
No, it's my shoes.
But you were there just looking me dead in the eye.
Just letting one out.
Just squeezing one out.
That's confidence, that would be.
Yeah.
But check out my shoes. Look at those. Yeah.
They did just fart?
They look like a blue bottle.
They do?
Yeah.
I didn't even realise that.
Look it.
Quite nice, that.
I know.
Anyway.
You know, these Air Max 90s, I have probably about 5 or 6 pairs of these.
Yeah.
And I stopped wearing them because they did not go with skinny jeans.
Yeah.
But now skinny jeans are no longer a thing. I can get them back out. I'm glad I've never
You've
been
got tie-dye bottoms, different tie-dye socks, and then
And then blue bottle.
like
trainers.
multicoloured trainers.
I am just a rainbow today.
You are.
Yeah. Happy rainbow. But, Jesus, right, let's end it. Right, so sort your shit out. Before these clocks change, don't leave it until the last minute and then think, oh, I feel shit because everything's dark and grey and crap. Make sure you're getting your walks out in the fresh air every day. Make sure you're getting the sun on your skin and in your eyes in them as early as you can once the sun's up, because that's going to set your skating rhythm and your mood elevation. We need that vitamin D. We need that sunlight in the eyes, on the skin.
If it is possible to have a break in the middle of the day, your lunch break or
Sit
whatever
outside
around
if you
work,
can.
if you're somebody who works from home, try and structure your day where you can actually allow maybe a little bit more of a gap in the middle so you can get outside. And because it is miserable at certain points where you go to work and it's dark, you get home from work and it's dark.
Yeah.
So if you're not in a situation where you're able to do it,
And if that is it, if it's dark, you can get these like UV. They're like it's a desktop system. It's just like a mini sunbed is basically what it is. And you literally just sit in front of that for 10 minutes a day, and it just gives you that UV that you need to help keep that mood elevation up. I reckon you probably find them pretty cheap. Have a look on eBay, have a look on Gumtree and stuff like that for people getting rid of them. You probably pick one up for like 15, 20 quid, I reckon.
I wouldn't get a used one off Gumtree because then it might just be a bit like a dodgy
Gumtree's
one.
been pretty decent for me
It's like
recently.
it's just guaranteeing skin cancer or something
maybe.
like that.
Yeah, maybe
it was
not Gumtree.
ultra powered.
Yeah.
It just irradiates you when you turn it on.
6 hours in a flea bay, maybe try and get a branded one. But they do exist, and I can't see them being that expensive, and that might be something to consider. They're saunaing. Oh, the reason... I never described why I'm doing it. So my guilt pleasure thing down the way, the reason I'm going is mainly for this health club, for the
This
sauna.
is the physical manifestation
We've
of
gone
ADHD.
full circle. We're finally back. Sauna 4 times a week, because and the reason I need to be in for 20 minutes, heat release proteins. So from being in the sauna, you get these proteins released from the body, which are very healing. And so it's meant to be a real benefit, especially if you're training hard or you're under a lot of physical labor a lot of the time, or have a lot of like joint issues and stuff like that. The sauna is meant to be a great thing, and hopefully my cold thing will arrive in the next few weeks, and I can start doing cold in the morning. So I'll do the cold, go to the gym, and sauna, and that'll be my little morning routine, which is going to take about 2 hours every day, which is a bit of a chunk, mate. Because by the time I get home, it's 11, and I wouldn't have started work yet. Unless I get up at 7, do some work, then split it with the gym, and then carry on.
What's their off-peak time?
9 till 4:30.
So 9 is as soon as you can get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's the earliest I can go in. Unless I pay more money. A lot more money. Which I don't want to do. There's a limit to my laziness value.
Well, you can see, obviously, if it starts to become an issue, then maybe it would be worth it. But right now, obviously, it's a new routine.
But I paid it to get that value, though, that I got it for, which saved me like £8 a month overall, which over the year sends you a couple of, like 100 odd, 96 or something like that.
Yeah.
I saved about a tenner a month, so it's got 120 quid on the membership by paying up front for a lump of 12 months.
Right.
For the health thing. So then I get access to all the spa and the sauna and all that, and the gym being decent.
Also,
so it stops me skipping days.
I was going to say, with that, when you do kind of an annual subscription, you've got way more accountability then. Because you're like, oh, I've just paid for this whole thing. I better fucking use it, right?
It's a fair old chunk. But then it was me doubling down on my commitment to do it. And I have enjoyed it. And like I said, met new people already.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So,
Should we wrap this one up? We've attempted to wrap it up about 12 times.
I blame you.
I definitely don't
I've got to
blame
get to
me
the gym.
at all. Yeah, you do need to go to the gym, fucking hell.
Yeah. Right. So overall, we need some more hot sweet recommendations or spicy ones or sours to try and buy because they're fun.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have an alarm that is a good one to be using in the morning that helps wake you up in a nice way. I know you can get those Loomy things or whatever they are, aren't they?
Yeah, I got one of those light alarms ages ago.
No good.
Emma wakes up way quicker than I do through light. So
I sleep with the window fully blind open as well.
yeah, so I literally get woken up by Emma telling me to turn that fucking light off.
Okay,
so it was pointless for me.
So, I sleep with the blind open, so it won't be any good for me either. But so good alarm thing, and the other one was for you guys to get involved with. No, just sort your shit out. That was the other one,
sort your
wasn't it?
fucking life out, mate.
Yeah, leave behind what was bad in the week that's gone and look forward, and that's it. And that's what we always say.
Like and comment and rate and do all the good
good
shit.
stuff for us. Yes, those who've been commenting and liking and following and rating us on the. If you rate us on Spotify, that really, really does help. And obviously commenting on the U of Tube, that's always great. But I know most of you are on Spotify now. A large chunk of you, we've seen it from the analytics, so literally all Spotify.
Yeah, everyone's
Which makes sense.
migrating over.
I am. I'm Spotify everything. I'm rarely on podcast YouTube anymore at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially something like this where it's not like anything spectacular is happening. We're just sat here talking, right?
We can do a bit more if you want more.
If you want more movement.
We can do a bit of dance. We can get one of those little group dancey things in the middle.
Yeah.
If that helps.
Yeah.
Right. Bugger off, you lot. Go and have a great week. As always, leave behind what was bad, bring forward what was good, and make your own energy. We'll catch you in the next one.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.